Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Subhrajit Sahoo. In the series of Python programming language, we have started discussion from the basic. In the previous videos, we have covered list, right? Today, what I'm going to discuss, one more interesting topic. The topic is tuple, right? So today my discussion, my topic I will discuss. This topic is tuple. Or sometimes some people are pronouncing tuple, okay, tuple or tuple, whatever it may be, disconnect. Sir, what is this tuple? Before this tuple, we have discussed list. All are collection data types. Collection. Generally, in the Python programming, data types classified into two types: standard data types. Okay, standard. One more is collection. So standard, under the standard, int, float, okay, float, complex, boolean, like this, several varieties, several category of data types will come. But here in those standard data types, where we will use when only one value has to be stored, only one value, one data has to be stored in a variable. In those cases, we will go for the standard data types, only single values. But there are several cases where multiple values has to be stored. For storing the multiple values, we can take multiple standard data types, variable, but that is not a recommended way. With a single variable, can I store multiple data or multiple values? Yes. For that, we need this collection data types. Collection data types where we can store multiple values under a single variable, right? It is most important. So list is also one of collection data types. Tuple is also one of collection data types, and others are also there, like range is there, set is there, byte is there, frozen set, bytes is there, frozen set is there, dictionary is there. So all are coming under this collection data types where the user can store multiple values under a single variable, okay na? Which facility is not available in case of a standard data types, right? That's why we are studying this one. Sir, why this many, sir? Why this many? Because every individual having functionality different. Based on the suitable place, based on the requirement, the user will be choose whether the user will go for the tuple or list or set or dictionary and so on. The user has to be choose. That's why the variety of collection data types are available, right? And I hope in the previous videos about the list in details we have discussed where the list actually used. Now coming to the today topic, tuple, where it is used. First I will tell everything details, what is tuple, how it will be implemented in the program. But first of all, let us generate some basic idea about the tuple, where actually its applications, have you seen the generally most of the softwares are available, okay na? Most of the softwares are available. 1 minute. Softwares are available. Through that software we can draw some graphs, some graphs, like software is what, ANSYS software, okay na? CFD, computational fluid dynamics field. In those, lot of graphs is required between x-axis and y-axis, right? Between x-axis and y-axis, lot of graph is required, and sometimes also three coordinate system, x and y and z, x and y, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. In those cases, if I will give a single value, suppose I will give 1, my diagram will not done. I have to give two value, 1 and 2, okay na? One, suppose one value, 1 and 2, like this. And one more value is, suppose I will give 5, 6, two values, like this I have to give. That means here x value is 1, y value is 2. like this point will come. And here x value is 5 and y value is 6, like this point will come. So many, and then in between some diagram will be drawn. This is nothing but graph. In the same also 3D, 3-dimensional also, I have to give x, y and z value like this. Okay. So here, with the help of single value, it is not possible to construct a graph. So in that case, we have to give either 2 values, 3 values, or more than that, even if it is required as per the requirement of the users, you can give, but minimum 2 values is required. Minimum 2 values is required. So for the storing of multiple values, standard data type is not sufficient. I have to take the help of collection. Sir, collection, why tuple, why not list? Big question. Why tuple I will take, why not list? Because once I'm constructing the graph means, 5 and 6 coordinate I'm entering means it should not be changed. The value should not be changed. But list means it is mutable. Mutable means it can be changed. It can be changed. But this kind of graph, suppose I got some x value from experiment, some calculation, and y value some calculation or experiment, that value is fixed, final. That should not be changed. That's why I will go for the tuple, because tuple is immutable in nature. Once a tuple will be created, tuple will be generated, those value cannot be changed. That value cannot be changed. If you want to change the value, then delete this graph. New graph you construct with new values. But once the value will be entered, those value cannot be changed. But whereas in the list, the value at the mid portion at any moment we can change it. That's why in this particular situation we cannot go for the list, rather we will go for the tuple. This is one example, this is one situation. And these graphs automatically it is drawn by the software. I told one example, ANSYS software is there, lot of softwares will be there. We can CAD is there, CAD Pro is there, CATIA is there. Lot of softwares, design softwares are there, where this graph is very, very important. Those softwares has been developed by this Python programming language, where the tuple concept has to be used, right? Tuple concept has to be used. And sir, this is one application. Sir, any other applications? Yes, why not? Any other applications also there? Database. Okay, now Oracle is there. Oracle, MySQL. Okay, MySQL database is there. DB, what is that? SQL server is there. MongoDB is there. Lot of database is there. In this database server, data is storing in table format. Suppose I want to store all the employee details. Okay, so I will take the help of this Oracle or MySQL or SQL server to store the data. In which format it is storing? It is storing, suppose employee name is Ram, comma, salary he is getting 20,000, age is 45, and his department is, suppose, quality department. Like this, these data is storing in the form of tuple only. Tuple. Whenever you retrieve the data from the database, I want to see what is the data, who is RAM. Then this data also retrieve in the form of tuple only, because this is fixed. This data is particularly stored in for RAM only. Okay, now for RAM only, it cannot be changed. It cannot be changed, right? So whenever some specific idea about the data is finalized, that means the data in the future, it will not be changed. In those case, never changed. In those case, we will choose the tuple concept to storing the multiple values or as a collection data types. We cannot use the list, right? So I hope the concept of tuple, it will be clear. Like this, lot of examples are there. You may search in the browser, in the Google Chrome. You can get lot of real-time applications where the tuple has been used. I gave 2 examples to you, right? Now coming to the point, what is tuple, sir? Tuple is nothing but, I told already, it is a collection data types, right? First is what? It is a collection data type. Collection data type, right? And second point is what? Second point is it is immutable. It is immutable. Immutable and mutable. This two terminology is most of the times it is used in the Python programming. Immutable means we cannot update, we cannot change, nothing. We cannot insert, we cannot delete, nothing we can do. But mutable means we can modify. Okay, now we can modify, either we can insert some value, we can delete some value, we can update some value, anything we can do for case of a mutable. Immutable means it cannot be modified, right? It cannot be modified, cannot be modified, right? This is the meaning of immutable, right? That means whenever in the software, in the application development, it is required, the data has not to be changed, the data has not to be modified, has not to be updated, no new data has to be inserted. In those case, I will use the tuple concept. In those case, I will use the tuple concept. Sir, how this concept will implement? Okay, you know, to create a tuple, right? To create tuple, you know, this bracket has to be used compulsory. This is called parenthesis. Okay. Parenthesis has to be used. By using this two bracket, I can create a tuple. Okay, I can create a tuple. Sir, one more important point I will tell. You know, it is immutable. Tuple is immutable. And this immutable object, you know, where it is used very much, immutable object is used in hash-based data structure. Hash-based data structure. It is little bit more technical. Okay, later we can understand about this point. Immutable object, since tuple is immutable, so this tuple also can use in hash-based data structure. What is hash-based? Later we will discuss. This is not the right time, right? Next is what? Next is what? This is by the help of this bracket we can create the I can create the tuple, right? And one more constructor also there. What is the constructor? Tuple, tuple constructor. Okay, by using this tuple constructor also we can create the tuple. Also we can create by this parenthesis also we can create, or by using this tuple constructor we can also create the tuple collection type, right? I will show you some practical programming examples here. Observe carefully. Okay, this is the environment ideally where I will execute some programs. You know what I will do, sir? Now I'm taking a variable L. Okay, na? 1 minute. L equal to this bracket start. No semicolon, nothing. No. Now see, no problem, sir. Bracket, inside the bracket you have not given anything. That means it is a empty tuple. Now see, I'll print L. What printed? Nothing printed because nothing is available inside. And is it really tuple? For that, you see type of L. It will display which type of L it is, whether it is a standard data type or any other data type object. Class tuple. It is a tuple type. So I told tuple can be created by opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis, but unfortunately here I have not given any value inside that. I can give, suppose L equal to bracket start 10, 20, 30. Right? Now see, what is the L value? Print L. Observe. L value what printed? 10, 20, 30 printed. Now this L contains how many data, sir? 3 data. 3 value at a time it is content 10, 20, 30. Sir, duplicate allowed or not? Yes, duplicate also allowed. 10, 10, 20, 30. Like this I can write 10, 10, 2 times I have written, not a problem. Duplicate also allowed. Print L. Observe. So 10, 10, 20, 30 printed or not? No error. Now, sir, can I store single value? Okay, it is very, very important. L equal to suppose 10. I'm writing like this. Is it possible? Sir, if I will write like this, its meaning is different. Now parenthesis I have given to 10, but it is not a tuple. It is not a tuple. It is normally a integer. Observe, if I'll print type of L right now, type of L object, what printed? Class integer. It is not a tuple. Why? Because then that means what? Sir, we cannot store single value in tuple. Yes, we can store. For that, the method is different. You have to write like this: 10, comma 1 has to be given. You have to give one comma like this. Okay, single value inside the parenthesis by default it will be treated as integer, but after the single value if you are giving comma then it will be treated as tuple, and this special category it is called a single tone tuple. Single tone tuple, right? Now observe, I will print type of L. Now see what is printing tuple type. So very simple. So like this, we can create the tuple. For the multiple values, we can write inside the parenthesis and separated by the comma. So these are the several examples. I need to add in this note. Right. So how can I create the tuple? This is the best example I gave. Sir, one more method I told. Sir, can I create the tuple using the constructor? Yes, observe L equal to, what is the constructor name? Tuple. Then L equal to tuple is the constructor name. Now see what is the print L, but it is unfortunately empty. Now see empty tuple. Type of L. Already about this type function we have discussed earlier. So to which type of data type it is, it will be shown. It will be shown here, right? Like this also we can create, right? Sir, suppose I have a list list 1 equal to, I have a 10, 20, 30, 30, 40. Like this, I have a list. Now this is my list. Sir, what happened? Double comma given, right? Okay, sorry. List 1 equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. Like this I have given. Now what is my list 1 value? List 1 equal to this one. Now can I convert it into tuple? Can I convert this list 1 to tuple? Yes. For that I will take the help of constructor. Observe carefully. Sir, T equal to, I am taking this time variable T equal to tuple constructor name tuple of, what is my list 2 name? List 1. Now